Hi everyone, today I'll be looking at network file shares and permission management. We'll be following these steps. I have everything laid out and organized to complete this type of task. So step one would be to connect to the virtual machines. I'm currently connected to them. So I'm logged into client one as a normal standard domain user. And I'm also connected to the domain controller, right, as a domain admin. So step two, I'll be creating file share folders on this domain client, so domain controller. So let's create those 4 folders. One with read, labeled read access. Next, label it write access. Next, no access. And finally, accounting. So no access accounting. Great. So now we have those 4 folders created. Let's configure the share permissions. So for read access, let's go to properties, share. We'll put it in the group of domain users and give them read access. Done. Close. All right. And write access, share, add the domain users, add and share. Oh, make sure, all right, this would have read or write access, share. Nice. And now no access, we'll add for this one domain admins. Close. And finally, we leave in accounting for now. Let's go to step 4. Let's test access as a normal user. So let's go to client 1. Also have it here too to follow along. So I'm logged in as a normal user. Cabup is what I've created, and shall go to folder and correct slash dc1, and here we could see the folders created, right? So we created 4 folders, but only 3 were visible, right? Because they were a part of the domain users group, whereas accounting was only visible by domain admins. This user I'm using is a normal domain user, so they only have access to see these folders. So let's test out, since this is a normal account, read access. So we could see what's in the folders, but if we try to, let's say, create something to write it, we can't, right? It says you need permission to perform this action, right? We could try again, but it wouldn't allow us, right? Whereas write access, we could open it, we could view, but we can also add it, test thing 1. Okay, so we could write to write access, and no access, we can't even see what's inside because we weren't given access to it, right? It was only for domain admins, right? And accounting was not added, so we can't see it. Right, so now let's configure accounting groups permissions. So we'll be creating a security group and assigning the permissions to manage access to restricted share on the main controller 1. So let's go back to that. Oh, my bad. So go to users, to directory, and we'll be creating a new organizational unit called accountants. And here we shall configure the permissions, these, right? So that's created. Now let's go back to these and properties, sharing, share, and add accountants. Oh, just one moment. This here, make sure we spell it correctly. ACCOUNTNTS. Okay. Finally, go back here, properties, share. Share content. Okay, that's what I needed to do. I accidentally created organizational unit where it was just the security group, right? And now accountants could have that access. And finally, let's test the access to the accountant share, right? So on client one, go back to client one. Okay, we're logged in still as this. And as we see, accountant is now here, right? But we cannot access it, right? So that failed. So let's go back to the main client, right? The main controller, and we shall add. We're using pub and add this account to the accountant security group, right? Let's go back. Okay, T1. Okay, Bob was added. Okay, let me sign out and then I'll sign back in. Put in the password. Yes. Okay. PC1. And as we could see, I now have access to accounting. I can also read and write. Okay. Looked there, and that's of the examples that can be seen through network file sharing and permissions management. So I hope that was beneficial and I hope it would be impactful to you. Thanks for watching.